Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. I'm SocietySucks and today I'm checking out the infamous Reno gang by Mitsi Studio. I have absolutely no idea what the Reno gang is, so I'm going into this completely blind. Anyway, that's enough yapping, let's watch the video. Okay, so it looks like this is gonna be...
The Reno family moved to Rockford,
Western times, the Wild West.
Where the brothers, Frank, John, Sim, Bill, and another son and daughter were raised in a strict Methodist household. They were required to read the Bible intensively, although most of the brothers would rather look for trouble than listening to Bible stuff every day. Turns out they found finding trouble easier than finding Jesus. They started out stealing from travelers in crooked card games. The brothers were also suspected of starting several fires and linked to the disappearance or theft of one horse. The village folks were getting pissed, and the family got
I can imagine why.
After a few years, the family returned to Indiana.
That's no longer just looking for trouble, that is straight up committing crimes.
Just to find the same village folks being the same amount of pissed. Luckily for the brothers, the Civil War broke out, and they escaped the town by enlisting in the army. During the war, Frank, John, and Sim became bounty jumpers. They would be paid to enlist, desert, and enlist somewhere else under a false name.
What?
Not a lot of patriotism and honor among thieves, I guess. But
that's fucked up.
After the war, the brothers returned to robbing travelers and merchants. They expanded their activities to other counties, and new outlaws joined the gang. Slowly, the infamous Reno Brotherhood gang was formed.
So
At
that's
this
how
point,
it started.
The brothers were beginning to make plans for their first train robbery. On the evening of October the 6th, 1866, John, Sim, and another gang member boarded a train, leaving the train hub at Seymour Depot. A few points to add there. No, they did not chase the train on horseback at 50 miles per hour.
That much is obvious.
1, that's Hollywood. 2, that's impractical as fuck.
Yeah.
3, it's a fucking train.
How would they even board the train?
Why would you bother chasing a train on horseback if you can just get on at the nearest station? You're welcome.
Well, look, it's Hollywood. I don't think people would really be interested in watching a movie where the bad guys just wait at a train station for the train to stop and then get on it and rob it. That's boring. It's realistic, but boring. And unfortunately, most people wouldn't really be interested in something like that, so they have to make it unrealistic as hell, inconvenient as hell, but just a ton of action so that it grabs people's attention.
After the brothers boarded the train in a very boring way, they moved to the express car for their first piece of appropriate Hollywood action. They attacked a guard in the express car and restrained him. They broke open a small safe containing around $16,000. Soon after, a second larger safe was found.
How much is that in today's money?
Unable to open it. They came up with an ingenious plan to throw the larger safe out of the moving train. The ingenious part of the plan became less ingenious after the rest of the gang found the safe next to the tracks, still closed. The gang fled when a railway crew arrived at the scene.
So they just didn't get the money.
The 3 robbers were arrested because one of the passengers, George Kinney, identified 2 of the robbers. George Kinney was shot and killed before he could testify. Subsequently, the remaining passengers were also asked to testify. But for some unknown reason, they were
just shut up.
Enthusiastic
just be quiet.
So. Wonder why.
You didn't see nothing.
The stolen money was insured by the Adams Express Company, which hired the Pinkerton Detective Agency to track down and capture the group. From this time onwards, the Reno gang would never be able to operate without being chased by the detective agency or local law enforcement. That train had certainly left the station. After a robbery at a courthouse in Missouri, John Reno was later arrested by the Pinkerton agents and sentenced to 25 years in prison. However, this did not deter the gang from carrying out new crimes, and after multiple robberies, Frank Reno and 2 other members were arrested by the Pinkerton agents. However, they managed to break out of jail on April the 1st.
How?
And that's no joke. Their second train robbery took place in December 1867. Again, leaving the Seymour Depot, the group scored a total sum of $8,000. A third train was stopped by 6 members of the gang. They were eager to open the express car, only to find 10 armed Pinkerton agents inside.
It was a setup!
Minor setback. A shootout followed, wounding several gang members while they successfully fled the scene.
They fled?
The residents of Seymour were getting pissed about their stolen money, which started to be a...
Wait, hold on a second. So, you set a trap, it was successful, and they still somehow all got away. Okay, maybe not all, but most of them. You had the element of surprise. You literally had every advantage you could have wanted, and you still fucked it up.
familiar reaction to the brothers' presence wherever they went. A search group was formed, named the Jackson County Vigilante Committee, not to capture, but to kill the entire gang. With all this heat around every track bend,
I mean, if you captured them, they could just escape again, so probably better to just opt them.
By the Pinkerton agents. Again, they were placed in jail, and again, on April the 1st, they escaped. And again, that's no joke. Moving back to Indiana, the plan for a fourth train robbery was set up. 12 men boarded another train, leaving
Well, now they're just finally gonna kill them instead of
the men
arresting them.
overpowered the train engineer and uncoupled the passenger cars, allowing the locomotive with the remaining express car to speed away. After breaking into the express car, they attacked another member of the train crew. He was thrown out of the moving train at high speed, killing the poor man.
Oh,
I guess his attacker
poor guy.
was just off the rails. Off the rails, get it? Okay. A large safe was forced open. The gang hit the jackpot. A total sum of $96,000 US was taken. The train was stopped, and the group disappeared.
That's gotta be over $1 million in today's
The robbery
money.
gained national attention, and the group was now wanted by the federal government. With a fifth attempt to rob a train, Pinkerton agents were again waiting in the train for an ambush, and another shootout followed. The group managed to escape, but one of its members was soon arrested and was kindly asked to give the names of the other members.
How does this keep happening? How do you have a shootout at such a close range with the element of surprise on your side and you just don't kill them all? What is wrong with these people? Were guns just that ineffective even at close range back then, or are they just fucking morons? I don't get it.
Soon after, 2 more gang members were arrested and all were moved to jail by train. 3 miles outside Seymour, the train was stopped by the Jackson County Vigilante Group. They pulled the men out of the train, and all 3
and executed
were hanged
them
to a tree close by the tracks.
Okay, good.
Not a long time after that, 3 more members of the gang were arrested and moved by train to the same location. Not surprisingly,
Let me guess.
the angry mob of the Vigilante Committee was waiting to stop the
Same
train
thing.
and again forced the men out of the train. They used the same tree to hang the other members of the gang. By this time,
Understandable.
more than half of the gang was already lynched by the Jackson County Vigilante Committee.
Yeah, you see, here's the thing. When the government is not doing their job and the criminals are being taken prisoner but keep escaping and wreaking more havoc, eventually people will get so pissed they'll take things into their own hands, and when they do it, as you can clearly see, they actually get the job done because they just kill the fuckers.
Impressive track record, I must say. Moving on. On July the 27th, 1868, the Pinkerton agents captured William and Sim Reno in Indianapolis. Because of the stories of what happened to the other members, the brothers were moved to another jail. The vigilante group moved fast and invaded the vacated jail in Lexington, only to find the brothers were moved to the more secure Floyd County jail. The gang leader, Frank Reno, and one last gang member made it all the way to a border town in Canada. However, they too were arrested and extradited to the US for prosecution. Now rejoined, the 3 brothers and 1 gang member were waiting for their trials in a prison cell in New Albany, Indiana.
Will they get lynched as well?
Information about the location of the remaining members reached the vigilantes.
Yes, they will!
A mob of 65 people traveled by train
That's
to
a
New
shit
Albany.
ton!
From the train station, the group
65
stormed the Floyd
people.
County jail and overwhelmed the police officers. Shortly after,
Just let
they
them
moved
have
to
it.
the house of the sheriff and demanded the key to the prison cell. The sheriff said no. Apparently, that was the wrong answer, and they shot him in the arm, turning his wife into a hysterical Karen, which was more annoying than the hole in his arm. So, he passed the key, and the group left. Returning to the county jail, the door
You don't say no to people who want justice. You don't.
was open, and the 4 men were dragged into the streets.
Especially
All
in
were
that
beaten
kind
up
of situation.
badly and subsequently hanged. No one has ever charged or investigated the violent lynching. Secretary of State William H. Seward wrote a formal letter of apology as a result. Although the Reno brothers were not exactly in a comfortable position by now to accept said apology. Local newspapers wrote with praise about the actions of the Vigilante Committee, describing the events of the night with the phrase, "Judge Lynch had spoken." Because of the chaotic scene and the quick execution
Justice has been served.
members, no one was interrogated long enough to determine where the remaining money was. Treasure hunters searched for years trying to find the
Well, that
stores,
sucks.
but to no avail. Despite the money never being found, the gang made its name in the history books and became an inspiration to many would-be robbers. The street name Reno Avenue in Albany is probably inspired because of the gang, and their final piece of legacy can be found at a tree site next to the train tracks in Seymour. The site is called Hangman Crossing. Nice touch.
Nice, very nice. Well, as you can clearly see, crime doesn't pay. Because if you commit enough crime, eventually the people will get so mad they'll kill you. Obviously, that's not gonna happen anymore today, because times have changed. But maybe it wouldn't be so bad if lynchings were still a thing. Seems pretty damn effective to me. They got rid of the criminals, they did a better job than the actual government. The only downside is the fact that the money wasn't found, but, you know, whatever, who cares? The criminals are dead, that's what counts. That's what matters. So yeah, that was the Reno gang. I mean, they stole some money, they got lucky quite a few times, but eventually they all got killed anyway, so... Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. If you want to see more reactions, check out this video right here, and with that, I hope I'll see you in the next video.